Hi guys, Richard here, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to my latest video. And today I'm going to be showcasing the Fallschirmjager from the Bolt Action or Battle of the Bulge starter box set from Warlord Games. And also that'll be the last time I ever try to pronounce that in German, and we'll just go with paratroopers from now on. And apologise to anybody who can speak German for my very poor pronunciation. Also, this video has taken me some time to produce and get out onto YouTube. So I was very generously sent this box set from Warlord Games and I was super excited to receive it. I looked at it, I thought, yes, this is going to be amazing. And then I doubted my own confidence when it came to painting up the miniatures, especially the Germans, because mostly in white, and white is a notoriously tricky colour to paint up. So I panicked and put it to the side in my pile of shame, and then dug it back out again and thought, no, do you know what? Let's give this a go. I thought about the best ways to be able to paint this up and found a really good cheating way and fast cheats way of painting up these miniatures. Now I've painted up the entirety of the German squad. I'm now starting on the Americans, but I wanted to showcase the Germans with you guys and share my painting hack with you guys, because if you're worried about painting white like I was, like really worried, this might work for you, because it definitely worked for me. But before I show you the finished results, don't forget we are an affiliate of Warlord Games. There are some links in the description below where if you click on those links and then make a purchase, you'll be helping support the channel. And also a link to our sponsor Element Games for everything else that is hobby related. You can also help support the channel by that link. But enough waffling. Should we go and have a look at the finished miniatures? Here we have the finished German paratroopers. Really happy with how these guys have turned out. Let me grab this guy here. So the three squads, this is squad number 3. Get me to focus. There we go. Like I said, white was really daunting for me to be able to paint up. How did I do it? And what was my cheats method? Well, my cheats method was contrast paint from Games Workshop. Basically, what I did was I undercoated these guys in white, and then went over all of the white areas using Apothecary white contrast paint. And it just made it pop. All the brown are snakebite leather contrast paint. The flesh is Gulliman flesh, again contrast paint. The guns themselves is any of the wood is snakebite leather. But this, I went over with a base coat of lead belcher, and then went over it with Black Templar contrast paint and Black Templar contrast paint on the boots as well. So undercoated white contrast paint, flesh tone, anything black was Black Templar, anything brown was snakebite leather. His gloves are slightly darker, and that was the Gore Grunter fur colour I've gone with, so they're slightly darker tone. And then the Panzerfaust here, I actually used Agaros Dunes contrast paint. And then I've snowed up the base, and I'm really happy with how these guys have turned out. So anything blue, I'll tell you about the creamy colours. So anything blue is Ultramarines blue contrast paint. But this slightly creamy colour that they have, I actually used Wraithbone base paint. So I just did a layer of that over the top. Again, slightly different colour gloves. And then the gun was lead belcher base coat, and then Black Templar over the top. So they're black guns, but just got a slight metallic shine to them, which I think works really, really well. This guy with the Wraithbone jacket has got blue gloves on. Flesh tone, amazing. I would never have been able to get this level of result with white, and building it up from black base coat all the way up to white, or even just leaving it as a white undercoat with a wash. I just wouldn't be able to do it. I'm so happy that the creases in the trousers are still there. They're defined. The jacket is quite a nice looking. The helmets are done. One thing I have done is anything that is camo based. So we'll grab this guy. So like his helmet here, his helmet is camo based. What I've done there is I actually used Dark Angel Green contrast paints as the base colour, and then I have some Valero paint, browns and slightly different greens, that I've just done the camo splodges on, basically, to give it the camo effect. And I've done that on the jackets or the helmets and everything else. So really happy with how these guys have turned out. I think that my initial worry and panic about painting up the white was probably justified, because I really struggled until I decided to try contrast paints. I've never painted with contrast paints before until I did a Primark figure for my collection, and I was really impressed with the results that I got for that. So I thought, well, actually, maybe I could use the contrast paints to paint up my bolt action. And that is what I've done. And I'm so happy with the results on the German squad. And the Americans are looking just as good. They're super quick to paint up, like literally undercoat in white. And then you're just picking out the detail, really. Like a white jacket, you're going over with apothecary white contrast paint. You let it dry. Then you do the browns. Then you do the gun. And then before you know it, and the skin tone. And then before you're done, and you're basing them. One thing I have done with these bases, I've done a couple of different ones. So there's some that have got earth, and then some of them have got tufts of grass poking through, but obviously just all very snowy bases. The Americans, I've done something slightly differently. I've actually undercoated the bases in white. These have been left grey, and then the snow put over the top. But the white undercoated bases pop even more, and I kind of wish I'd have done them with these, but hey, it makes the Americans stand out a little bit more, which is great. Yeah, I'm really happy with how these guys have turned out. So my cheats method is contrast paint from Games Workshop. Obviously, there are other kind of contrast paints out there that I've not tried. My first go with them with Games Workshop ones, and I'm really happy with. I'm so happy that the results have come out better than I expected. Like, you know, these guys. Like just the flesh. I always struggle with painting faces. I think they're really difficult. I suppose my only tip is, if you're going to go off and do contrast paints on these miniatures, is sometimes you need two coats. So for example, the Gulliman flesh on a white base coat can be a little bit white. I could have gone over with Wraithbone to darken it down a little bit, but I just did two coats and it's fine and it works and they look really nice. So I'm really happy with it. I'm really excited to get these guys onto a battlefield. Once the Americans are done, I have this vision in my head of what the table is going to look like and the battlefield is going to look like, and it's very snowy and it's very cool. So once these are painted up, I can't wait to get them into a game. But thanks for watching, guys. Please leave me some feedback. What do you think? What do you think to my cheat method of using contrast paints? It's so quick. I can't even begin to tell you. Like, you can paint up like 5 miniatures in like an hour. Well, a little bit longer, but it's just crazy. But yeah, some feedback would be great. Do leave us a like. It massively helps out the channel. If you are new to us and you've only just discovered us, then please click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you never miss any of our content. But it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back in the world of bolt action. There's going to be lots more videos coming up. I will be showcasing the Americans. Would you like me to do a breakdown and actually show you step by step how I paint up the Americans? Leave me a comment in below if you do want that, and I will make sure that happens. But don't forget to click any of those links in the description to help support the channel. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.